It should be all up there on the tippy top.
I don't want White Claw.
You don't want White Claw. What the fuck's the matter with you?
Who wouldn't want White Claw?
Holy shit, it's hot.
I know. Like who turned the heater on?
Alright. Let me grab a refreshing beverage.
Has she been shared on the?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
Feel free.
There it is. Share.
See how this one goes.
Going.
I've got a box
live.
of beer that I got to take over to Jeff and give to him. I'm trying to liquidate my inventory a little bit
Oh,
because I'm not drinking as much as I was.
and that's probably for the best.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely for the best. I'm going to go with he's not coming.
I don't think he is either.
He's been pretty radio silent in the chats for a while.
Yeah. I guess serving up raw fish is taking up tons of time.
You want to talk into your mic?
Test. Oh, there I am.
Okay.
There I am. That's me.
All right. And all right, I have something I'll read real quick. Maybe. Maybe I won't.
Dun, dun, ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. Ga-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. All right, we're shared.
All right.
Well, to my 4 followers that will occasionally tune in. I think 2 of them tune in on the regular. Grimsy and Mox. Mox is always on. Mox is as loyal as Bruno
He is.
at this point. It's a shame he wasn't here to jump on and come on live. That would have been fun.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
Maximus.
I'm gonna make sure I don't have any echo or bullshit like that.
The last of the preparations. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's been pretty good the last couple times we've met.
What's that? The show?
The echoing.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
general sound issues.
I think I figured out again and committed to memory what was wrong.
Whatever was happening, I think it was because we took a short hiatus. And
Yeah, and then I basically
just kinda
forgot how to do my
what we were
job.
doing. I'm just talent. I just show up. I don't help almost at all. I just lend a voice and some wit and some charm.
As it should be,
And
sir.
a beautiful head of hair. Which is funny because I was famous for almost 20 years for not having hair, just shaving it off. And
And then your brother had hair, but now doesn't have hair.
yeah,
And I don't know that was necessarily by choice on his part.
no, he started losing it early. Oh, we have 3 viewers going.
Three eyeballs on us here.
Are any of you talkie talks?
Yeah, chat in if you want to hear us talk about something
One on each
of
service,
import
too.
to you. Yeah. So, welcome to the podcast. Another fine episode of the Time Spent Poorly show. I am your host, Edwardo. Over to in front of me is old Hudds himself. Ron, apparently is not here today. We didn't get the message, so I'm pretty disappointed, Ron. But we're here. We're doing it to it. So what's interesting about this beer is I poured it in my mug, and it looked a lot clearer when I poured it in, and then it changed color.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's somewhat concerning. We'll see how it goes.
There are some interesting headlines flashing by.
Oh yeah.
Mickey Rourke slams Tom Cruise. He's irrelevant. Has played same part for 35 effing years. Says Mickey Rourke, who looks like a smashed asshole.
Yeah.
I get that he's a quote unquote serious actor, but I like Ethan Hunt. I like Maverick.
We've had this conversation before. I stand by our mutual belief that the Mission Impossible franchise is a stronger franchise than the James Bond franchise.
Yeah. Like movie for movie.
Movie for movie. Yeah, I mean, I've really liked the Craig ones have been my favorites.
Agreed.
And so I think it's probably because they're built for us.
Yeah.
But I think you could go back to the first Mission Impossible and watch all the way up to the latest one and still be entertained. And that first one dates back to, I think, 96, if I remember right.
Yeah. Mission Impossible's... I liked what they did early on with the shifting of directors.
Mm-hmm.
And because the early ones feel like completely different movies in completely different franchises.
But they work each time.
Yeah. The first one is definitely like a noir conspiracy thriller.
Yeah, spy thriller, espionage shit.
And then the second one is a two-fisted John Woo action ballet.
Balls to the wall action film, yeah.
And then the third one is far more action-y.
And Bond villainy.
Yeah. But the action is tighter. Who did the third one? Was that the Brad Bird one?
I want to say it was Abrams.
Was that the Abrams one? But the action was very much tighter. The scenes were it was more breakneck and less operatic than the second one was. Because John Woo's got a style that's unmistakable.
Abrams was 3, yeah.
Yeah. And then Brad Bird did Ghost Protocol.
I'll find out.
Which I think was 4. I like Brad Bird a lot.
Now,
as a director, I don't know him as a person.
Right.
Don't mistake
Ghost Protocol, Brad Bird.
But
he also did The Incredibles, didn't he?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I discovered him as a director.
The Incredibles, for it being it was one of those ones that was animated, but actually had like a fully fledged story.
Mm-hmm.
And
He worked really well with the whole Pixar gig.
Yes.
And
I thought he came up in Pixar. Am I not?
he did. I think.
Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratatouille.
Yep. I forgot that Ratatouille was his too.
He's from Kalispell, Montana.
Ratatouille is one of those ridiculous fucking movies that you just really, really, really like. And it shouldn't... There's nothing in there for me. At all. And I still like the movie. Like,
So Iron Giant's what put him on the map, and that's what
Right.
got him his gigs at Pixar.
Hogarth. Yeah. That's a good movie.
Tomorrowland underperformed, I would say so, because I don't care anything about that movie.
I didn't see it. I'll bet it was better than people gave it credit for, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Jurassic World, he was other. I don't know what that means. He wasn't director, writer, or producer, but...
He was probably attached at one point.
Oh, that could
and
be.
Got ousted. And so there's probably a few scenes in there.
Oh, he's a monorail announcer.
Oh. What's funny, he does the voice for Edna Mode.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to... He wanted to get Lily Tomlin to do it. And then he did the voice as he wanted it done. And she said, well, why don't you just do it?
Like a bitch. She said it like a bitch, too.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fucking do it?
Why don't you do it?
That's funny. Well, so what else do we got? Oh, I got my medication for my issue that I've been complaining about recently. They gave me Prilosec.
No shit.
So I got to just see if that's going to help resolve the issue. And if it does, great. If not, I don't know.
So it's an acid reflux issue?
That's what the gastroenterologist thought that it could be, because they felt my stomach like the area where the gallbladder would be, and I wasn't wincing in pain, but it's mostly because I'm a real fucking macho guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't hurt. So, and the pain comes at weird times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just erratic, and so it's not, and I wouldn't even classify it as pain. It's just, I've always said it's just been known discomfort. I know I shouldn't have this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, if you stepped on a nail and it didn't hurt, but you know that your foot shouldn't have a nail in it.
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard to, and it's been really hard to explain. So it's probably making it difficult to diagnose too, but it's I don't know. It's
weird that they went right to Prilosec and didn't go to a dietary solution first.
Well, and
adding
yeah,
apple cider vinegar in the morning, doing a shot of that every morning for 2 weeks just to see if that helps before putting you on a prescription. Because wasn't it Prilosec the one that was causing long-term issues?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it.
Or was it... What's the other one? Zantac? One of them.
Zyrtec, I think.
There's so many.
Yeah, and this is the generic version. But include headache, stomach pain, and nausea. Long-term Prilosec use has been linked to kidney damage, bone fractures, and other dangerous side effects. So the hope is that it wouldn't be a long-term deal, mm-hmm. and that it would resolve itself over a period of a month to a few months. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't resolve my issue, then they'll do like because it's mostly an insurance thing. Then they'll do the thing where they stick the camera down my throat and
That's fun. Have you ever had that
look
done?
around. No.
Yeah. I'd had I don't know, 2 or 3 years of pretty bad acid reflux, and so they stuck the camera down my throat, and I had no esophageal damage. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that is good.
So either I'm acid resistant, which I don't want to test,
Right.
or it wasn't causing any damage.
It wasn't enough. Like it wasn't a damage causing.
Yeah.
And I like as soon as like I haven't taken the Prilosec yet. I take it tomorrow. But as soon as like today, I've noticed more heartburn issues. Like I ate some nuts, and I'm like, something going on here. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for a while I was taking Tums before bed. Yeah, just as a test before I started taking
To see if it would do anything.
and my night sweats stopped almost immediately, so I knew that was probably what the issue was. I was like, okay, so we'll go that route then. And I started taking it. And then I'd read what the possible long-term side effects were. And I was like, okay. I think I'd rather just sweat every night.
Yeah. The thing with any medication is there's all these fucking side effects. And they get so downplayed
Yeah.
most of the time. Like antidepressant medication is like
Could increase
suicidal
thoughts.
rage and
Wonderful. So am I going to go, what am I going to do? Suicidal rage is not a good thing.
no.
I'm just going to go fight big guys? That sounds like a bad call.
Right.
Am I going to go fight bears?
When the side effect to a medication or to a medication that you're using can have the opposite effect of what you're trying to accomplish, then I feel like we need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And play with the formula a little bit more. I don't know. That's just my unprofessional 2 cents. But,
Well, and then you've got people like the royal family and the other quote-unquote elites who use homeopathic doctors almost exclusively, or people who study homeopathy in addition to being your standard medical doctors. And you think, wow, look at how long, like, the queen has been queen. She was it like 1953 that she was...
something like that,
her coronation ceremony was? That's 70 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And she's been the queen for 70 years. Longer than either of us have been alive. Longer than my mother's been alive.
Longer than I expect to be alive.
Same. And
I mean, I'd love to live till beyond that, but...
And the doctor that treated her father and grandfather and her until he died was both a standard medical doctor and a homeopathic doctor. And one of the most respected homeopathic doctors of all time. And I'd bet dollars to donuts that her current doctor was probably trained by the same guy.
Oh, I would expect so.
And the mentality behind those homeopathic doctors is completely different. It's let's get you cured and treat what's wrong with you instead of the symptoms. And once you're cured, you're cured. It's not, well, we'll treat the symptoms for as long as we can. And if your body fixes what's wrong with you, it fixes what's wrong with you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know. It's an interesting... I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't confidently comment one way or the other. But
I'd say there's a fair argument to be had in favor of.
But I know when I get sick, when I pay attention to what I've been eating, 9 times out of 10, if I go back and fix the problems in my diet, almost everything gets better. There's certain things wrong with me that won't get fixed because of environmental factors and whatnot. But I'm sure if I dug deep enough, there's some sort of remedy for everything that's wrong with me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And, and that's the thing is, like, if I wanted to get really diligent about it, I could, and probably fix a lot of the issues I'm having, like any of the issues that I'm having. But it would take a severe amount of stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, there's a discipline involved in a lot of it that, I don't know. I say as I drink this Red Bull.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's I'll talk a good game when I wake up in the morning. Like, today's going to be the day. Oh, is that a Hershey bar?
It's got almonds. I'll be all right. Almonds are healthy.
Right. There's some nuts in there. No. I think turning 40 sucked. A lot of my, and then going through the ebbs and flows of the mental health thing, where one minute you feel like on top of the world, and then the next minute you don't feel so down and out that you're like, life just needs to end, but you feel like, eh.
But you wouldn't mind if that solar flare happened.
Right.
You've got those days too, where you're just like, meh, if it all ended,
right.
I'll take it. I wouldn't be super bummed. There's stuff I'd miss, but not so much that I'd be.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a point when, like, you find yourself banking your days on the next season of whatever television show you're watching. It's like, this is what I'm living for now.
Well, and you really want things to work out, but you'll have days where things just happen, you hit resistance, and it's just constant resistance, and you just don't know if you can keep fighting that particular fight anymore, or what you even fought that fight for in the first place.
Right, you've decided it kind of doesn't matter.
Like, who are you doing it for? Right. And
because no one, like, and especially if, like, you're trying to, and this is less personal and more about just, like, how you're informing yourself upon others that you're around. And it's like, if these people or the people that I'm around don't care, then why should I care?
Right. And I know we're talking about a similar thing in this particular instance, but at some point you listen to groups and groups of people whining about something not being done, and you and a small group of people are doing things, but then there's one or two people in positions to completely block you out of doing the thing.
Right. You're cancelable. Your efforts can be
shut down.
Completely eliminated. Like it just, and it's infuriating because you feel like you're making headway. Mm-hmm. And you'll talk to people that appreciate what you're doing. However, there can be just a small faction of people that can end that progression, and then it makes it difficult to overcome the obstacle.
Right.
And I don't know.
Unfuck things.
Yeah. And
especially when the people who will cheer you on won't do anything but cheerlead.
But that they won't. They'll be like, "Oh, you're doing awesome. Thank you for all you do." But they won't get in line with you necessarily.
Right. It's easy to jump on the Facebook and leave a comment or a like, but it doesn't help.
It
doesn't even add to the discussion, really.
No.
Thanks for all you do. Yeah, maybe go fuck yourself. How about that one?
Yeah, I mean, you could get up and do something too. It's like, no, what's stopping you?
Mm-hmm. Or if you see somebody undoing or re-fucking something I unfucked, maybe speak up. Like,
right.
Hey, quit fucking
somebody,
space up.
Hey, so-and-so already fixed this. Or unfucked this up. Why are you doing it?
Why are you re-fucking it?
Why are you doing it back? I know I'm saying things weird, but I'm doing that on purpose.
Yeah. Why are you fucking it back up? You're re-fucking it. Ah!
But no, it's to the point where it gets maddening and you just want to throw your hands in the air and be like, okay, I'm done.
Yep.
I tried. I did my best. I can only do so much and now I'm tired. I just don't want to fuck with it anymore.
Yep.
And I hit that point a lot, and I've worked a lot collaboratively with my wife on stuff, and she seems to have a good, like, push to want to keep going, and I, on the other hand, have this desire to be like, fuck it.
I will say this, she has
burn
way
the place
more
down.
stick-to-itiveness at this point than I do.
And mine comes and goes. There'll be and it's mostly it's days. It's driven by when I feel like what I'm trying to accomplish is being heard, but at the same time, it's a lot of, like you said, you get that sounds great, sounds awesome. Go get 'em, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I'm one person. I need, like, a small army to get this done.
Next motherfucker who says, go get him, Tiger, is getting thrown off a cliff. I swear to God.
Like, this is a group effort here. I can't do it all myself. If I could, I would. But I also work a full-time job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's a community activity. If it was if it's a at my house project like that, it's on me if it doesn't get done.
Right.
And I totally get that. And sometimes that shit's overwhelming too. Like my fucking closet is kicking my ass right now because I had to go through it to find my swim trunks this weekend. And I was like, why can't I find these? I know I saw them the other day because I had them ready to go when you invited us up to swim before Mara got sick that last time. She had 2 weekends in a row. She was just ill. The second time was so terrible. But that time, and then I could not find them. And I managed to find them about a half an hour before I needed them this last time. But I tore through all these bagged clothes, and now I just have this pile of laundry.
Shit scattered everywhere, yeah.
And it smells like it's been in plastic bags for a year. And, just, it doesn't stink, but it's got that, it was cleaned and then put in a bag.
Right.
And so it smells like it's been in a bag. Kind of dusty, not musty, which is nice, but like
just doesn't have a fresh smell to it, yeah.
Right, yeah. Those Downy commercials are bullshit.
Oh, shit, yeah, they are.
Yeah. It doesn't smell spring fresh.
Well, and, here's the thing about that. I feel like I want to get, while we're on the subject of soap. And
while we're talking about laundry
and its
products.
Effectiveness. It used to be, you could be like, okay, I'm going to put my scented soap in the wash and my fabric softener, good to go. Now they want you to pop in all these little beads and shit into your load to help boost it. Because the smell that they're giving, like they've cut back, like it's a concerted effort to sell more product.
Right.
They've cut back on the good smell that their product could generate originally on its own, probably creating more like skin or itchy issues with people.
Right.
If people had like skin conditions. But they've cut back on that so they can sell you some fabric softener beads or whatever, like some smelly beads, scent booster beads to dump in the washing machine. They work. But it's another thing you're spending money on.
Yeah, and I refuse. I don't like smelling like soap anyway.
Yeah.
And so I used to buy mostly unscented things anyway. So it works for me because, it's just gentle scent.
Right, yeah.
And so many people want to smell... I want to smell like the detergent aisle. No, you don't.
No.
You got to stop smelling so fucking strong. Everybody wants to smell so strongly of something that isn't them. And some people, it's okay. Because, Jesus. One old guy showed up to coffee this morning smelling like fucking Lucifer's asshole. And I was like, Jesus, dude.
Well, and...
Is that why you were wearing a mask? Fucking hobo.
The one thing my one takeaway from losing my scent via COVID is it never came back quite correct, especially when it comes to smelling detergents.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was only gone for a bit, and then it was fine. And so
I never lost my sense of taste, but my sense of smell went for several weeks, and I tried to coax it back, and I can smell most stuff, and most stuff smells fine, but detergents still have that off. It's an off smell. It's not that it smells bad, but it does. It's like you do a double take on it. You're like, what am I wearing? No, okay, that's soap, or that's detergent. But it's stronger. Like my clothes don't really smell that strong anyway, but it's stronger smelling now than it was before.
Yeah, I don't like smelling like that. I don't like strong perfumes.
Yeah, I'm not a big cologne proponent. I'll throw it on occasionally, but it's not something that I go and
when I worked at the hotel, there was a girl worked the front desk, and she sprayed on something, and it worked. Every once in a while, you'll find somebody who finds a scent that works with their body chemistry, and it's just magic. This girl wore, I think it was called Fire and Ice, and it worked with her, and you could smell her across the hotel, and it wasn't offensive. It wasn't strong, but you could smell her, and it was just amazing. It helped that she was blonde and wonderful. She's the only front desk girl I didn't sleep with. It's a shame. I went 2 for 3. I was aiming for 3 for 3, but then she moved to Texas.
Texas.
Where men are men and sheep are nervous. Anyway. I'm staring off into the distance, into the green distance there behind you, just pondering.
One of my friend's Facebook posts is diners, drive-ins, and I hope Guy Fieri dies soon.
I've changed my tune on Guy Fieri. I feel sorry for him that was the look he had when he hit it, because he just had to
hold on to it. He couldn't everybody goes through different little style renaissances with themselves. Like you said earlier, you were bald for quite a while.
Yeah. And he hasn't been able to change his look.
Imagine if my middle part that carried through high school was what I did today. I got stuck having to do it because I got famous. Oh. Hi, guys.
Yeah, and look at fucking Mickey Rourke in that picture. He looks like... I know he tried to be a professional boxer and he got smashed to shit. But Holy shit. He looks awful.
Well, the plastic surgery that he did to fix shit didn't fix shit.
He looks like a hammered asshole. And he wears cowboy hats all the time, and I don't know. He just tries to be something that he shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. All of that whole batch of nonsense there just looks like he's jealous of Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise. I mean, I'm jealous of Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
He's a weird fucking dude, but good for him. His whole existence is just charmed because, I don't know, I'd almost wish that a cult had some sort of weird hold on me so I could be Tom Cruise. Jeopardy stopped filming in a studio with fans due to the unspecified virus of unknown origin. What did he say? Does it matter?
No, that's what I was looking to see if there's any update on who's going to be the host. Just clickbait. I'm going to guess that it'll be Jennings. Because why tweet about it if it's not going to be me?
Yeah. Tom Jones collapsed.
Sir Tom Jones.
It's not unusual. I can't imagine.
To look like white Bill Cosby.
I know. Jesus. He's probably drugged and fucked a few women, too.
82 collapses before Hungarian concert.
He probably waited till he was in his 70s, though.
Jill Biden apologizes for Taco's comments about Latinos.
Good. Apologize.
So you were talking a little bit about that. What did she say?
She said something about the Latinx community being unique as breakfast tacos. And to my knowledge, they don't like the Latinx moniker at all, because the Spanish language is gendered. They're Latinos and Latinas, and they prefer that because that's how their language works.
Yeah,
and I'm speaking just as what I've heard from people I know, and not from personal experience. Because
but why would they write the language in a gendered way?
Yeah,
and speak it for years if there was a problem. I don't know if there was a problem with it.
Yeah, like 1,000+ years.
Right.
I'm sure. I don't know.
Because we're woke now, we should change that.
And I assume that they don't like being called tacos.
Yeah,
breakfast tacos in particular.
I would say that's probably...
I don't think I've ever eaten breakfast tacos. I've eaten breakfast burritos frequently.
How would you even make a breakfast taco?
But can you imagine the speechwriters on that one? I think they'd be offended by breakfast burritos. And then somebody in the room was like, well, what about breakfast tacos? You magnificent bastard. That sounds perfect. Fuck.
Well, this goes to show that pretty much everybody has a bad filter when it comes to having the common sense not to say something out of touch. Like everybody's over here going.
Apparently, it's the Biden family in general, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got mid-stage to late-stage dementia, wandering around saying just awful things, reading entire teleprompters like he's fucking Ron Burgundy. She's putting her foot in the mouth like that, and then their sons having arguments with crack whores about the weight of their crack rocks. It's fantastic. What a fantastic bunch of people. The one that died in wherever is lucky. Boy, if I was in that family, I'd wanted to die in a war too. What a bunch of fucks. And people are worried about Trump and his mean fucking tweets. I don't like the guy either, but Jesus Christ. I would trade down to the Trump family at this point. At least his wife has some class.
Oh boy, I just as soon
I hope
see all politics go away.
I hope neither one of them runs for fucking election next year.
Not next year, the year after next.
Yeah, the year after. I know that the election cycle starts next year, though.
Oh, yeah.
They'll fucking just start in.
That's what's exhausting about fucking election. Like, I feel like we're always going at it.
Oh, I got a fucking voter pamphlet for Asotin County in the mail today. Because, the Senate seats are up. And boy, there's some real fucking winners on there. One dude's in the Socialist Party. Yeah, because I'm going to vote for that. Ha! Did you forget how that shit ended? You ever heard of Stalin, cocksucker?
Oh, well, this guy will get it right, though, right?
Yeah. Just all of those. I don't know. And not a libertarian among them, so not really anybody for me to vote for. I assume a couple of the people who are no party affiliation are libertarians, but it's hard to tell based on what they've said in their little statements.
Yeah, there's a lot of ambiguity and tap dancing that goes into these campaigns anymore. And it'd sure be nice if they let a third party in, like, legitimately.
Yeah.
To run. But it's similar to what we were talking about before. It's the stopping change from happening.
Yeah. Nobody wants to change.
So let's squash it.
I hate everybody, I think is what it's just how we're going to have to be from now on. I don't like any of these people.
Yeah.
Because they're all exhausting.
So today is my 19th anniversary.
It is. And you guys have been together how long?
21 years.
21 years.
Long enough to rear a drinker.
Yeah.
A
critical one.
But I posted about it on Facebook. I posted my annual post to my wife to basically let her know, let everybody else know I'm taken, and and how grateful I am at that to be. But what was interesting is, and I don't post on Facebook often, but I don't get this kind of heat when I post other just benign posts. Like, I'll post something about, like, and it'll be a joke, and it'll be like, I'll usually write funny ones, or try to write funny ones that will get a chuckle and hopefully get likes. But I think there's an algorithm within Facebook that gets your posts about anniversaries or proposals out in front of more eyes.
I don't know I think it's a specific set of eyes.
Yes.
We were talking about this a little bit offline, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it goes, because I see all of your posts. But
right.
I think some people will only see things that say anniversary or proposal or ring or
right, things they go to hit like to.
Yeah.
Because that was I wrote a 3-paragraph monologue there.
Yeah.
That was bordered on too long, didn't read, and there were people that read it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, fuck, oh dear. But then other things I'll post will be like 1 sentence long.
Yeah, they get one word in, or they just see your picture and they're like, nah, skip. Let's scroll past. He didn't put a picture on it.
Right. So, or I'll get like 3 comments or 3 likes, and it's like, okay, that's more deserving of likes than just 3.
That should have got at least a laugh react.
Right. And this thing will have like this thing had a
What's it up to now? We know what
53 55 likes, 55 reactions.
Yeah.
And all the comments are pretty benign. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, and many more. You two are great. You make a great team. Like, they're just
Hashtag thanks for all you do.
right.
I'm sure that's on there at least once.
Damon goes, good job, happy anniversary. Good job.
Good job. You made it this far.
You did it.
Made it 8 more years than I did.
So I've not heard good things about Thor.
Thor is I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear mixed reviews. Cuz some people are saying, "Oh, I laughed the whole way through. Fuck these reviewers." And other people
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Other people are saying, "No, it's awful."
I think it's the fatigue thing. Like you
so,
look
too.
at Critical Drinker, he's definitely got the Marvel fatigue on.
He's got Disney fatigue.
Yeah.
Marvel, Star Wars, all of it. He's just done. But part of what he's done with, I'm fucking done with. I'm tired of them replacing every single character with a young female version.
Right.
I don't know what love looks like. Have you watched the spoiler reviews? Do you mind if I spoil the movie?
Oh, no, go ahead. Spoilers coming.
Yeah, his replacement is there. It wasn't Natalie Portman, like we thought.
Right, because she just came back to get sent off.
Yeah, because she's not a younger version. She's just a girl version. And I would have been fine with her, I think. But it's his real-life daughter playing a cosmic being created by eternity named Love.
So it's Chris Hemsworth's real daughter?
Yeah, playing Christian Bale's daughter. Gore the God Butcher's daughter. And she wields Stormbreaker. And he gets Mjolnir back. And now she's his ward. So I guess that's where we sit at the end of this. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. But are there going to be any dudes left?
Right.
At this point? Because I know they're eventually going to replace Spider-Man with Gwen. Because she's immensely popular. She's Mara's favorite superhero. By a damn sight.
So here's what someone had to say about Thor. Thor Love and Thunder can only be enjoyed if you tell yourself it's for kids and not a part of the official MCU. It very much does a disservice to the Thor we saw in Infinity War and Endgame. This current Thor is a mindless buffoon. Tonally, the film is a mess. And then someone asked him, do you think that we as a nation have reached the Waititi threshold, or do you think this is more about the decision to be less rigid about oversight in Phase 4? He says, I would have enjoyed it more if it was Korg around a campfire reading a story he wrote about Thor, fan fiction by Korg. But as part of the MCU, this was a letdown. Thor almost dies forging Stormbreaker and in this film, he's a fucking clown. They wasted a great villain as well. The God Butcher should have been a big bad instead of a throwaway.
That bothers me, that he dies. But they've done that the whole time. In nearly every single one-man movie, your big bad dies.
Yeah, I mean, what comes next after phase? Like after they're through all their phases, what's the next plan? Like I almost feel like it's time to just rest.
I think they should have rested after Endgame.
I agree.
I don't think they should have jumped right on the let's start doing 1,000 TV series and just keep throwing things at people train. Or if they were going to do TV series, they shouldn't have kept doing 4 movies a year.
Well, and I feel like the TV series, for as much as I love TV shows and how I find them in many ways superior to film, or to movies that come out, I feel like it had the opposite effect with doing like a Loki TV. Like I enjoyed Loki. Falcon and Winter Soldier I enjoyed. Hawkeye I enjoyed. But it took those characters and made them TV stars.
None of those should have been TV shows. The only one that should have been a TV show was WandaVision.
Right.
The rest of them should have been movies. And Eternals should have been a TV show.
Yes.
What If was a good TV show. What If was an excellent TV show.
It just
structure. It wasn't.
Right.
It was a good show. But
it takes those characters and makes them less than.
Right. And when you're doing an offshoot,
right,
with,
and maybe it would have worked if they had done something where those characters started on TV, then went to the movie. Or to the movies, it might have worked better, but starting in the movies and then going to TV just felt off to me.
If they would have done something in line with what they did with WandaVision, though, it wouldn't have felt that way.
Yeah, I would say WandaVision was one of the better executed ones because they set her character up for an arc within Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And so...
But look at Kenobi. Like, that felt
I don't
like
want
it
to.
should have
I
been
don't want
movie.
to.
I only watched the 3 episodes of it.
I haven't finished it because I just am not.
But it felt like it should have been a movie.
Yeah.
There's so much filler. And even in 6 episodes, Moon Knight, everything felt like there was too much filler. And they could have made it into a 2-hour movie. And it would have been bomb. And Hawkeye didn't need to be a TV show. There was too much filler. Loki's kind of borderline.
Yeah.
I think they could have tightened it up a little bit. But also, there was some cool shit in there that I don't think they could have done any other way.
I like anything that plays with time.
Yeah.
But
I'm hard pressed on that one because I like Loki any way I can get Loki, so I'll just kind of take it.
Yeah.
I've only seen a couple episodes of Ms. Marvel, so I don't know.
I've not watched any of it.
It runs too long to keep Mara interested. She wanted to watch it because she's like, "Oh, Ms. Marvel," and then she was pissed because she didn't have stretchy powers. So
I was really happy with The Boys.
The Boys is awesome. What a great show.
It did not disappoint me, and they set it up for another great season.
Yeah. I was wondering how they were going to tie it off, so it seemed like it was okay to stop for a year.
Right.
And they did well.
I'd say that show consistently pulls off the pause.
Yeah.
Between seasons. They can and the more it goes, the more invested in characters that I didn't care about in previous seasons I get. Like I don't
Like
I have a hard
A-Train.
time adding or
Ashley.
the Asian gal that doesn't talk.
Oh, Kimiko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember character names very well.
The female of the species is what they call it. She doesn't even have a name in the comics.
Really?
They just call her the female of the species.
But she and her love interest, whatever his name is,
Frenchie?
too. Frenchie, yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time like putting everybody to
Le Petit Huey.
like Huey. I have.
I love that Huey looks like Simon Pegg in the comics, and Simon Pegg plays his dad in the show.
Oh yeah,
It's funny.
that is. Was he written in the comics in the image of Simon Pegg?
Yeah.
Like intentionally?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
He looks just like him in
That's
the comics. Le Petit Huey.
Oh, we got some comments.
Oh, I haven't even. It's been on this.
Grooms.
Oh, can you switch it over for me?
Yeah.
Clumsy.
Loki will hopefully pay off in the future.
Is that a time joke? Soldier Boy is.
Yeah. It was good. Like, it was good to see Jensen Ackles pick up something like get on something good. And, you know, not to throw shade at Walker, Texas Ranger, where Padalecki went. I think that show probably has some... Nicole watches it. I don't watch it, but I've caught like pieces of it here and there. It's got some grit to it, but it's just not... It's a CW show. And the only series that ever pulled it off for me was Supernatural. Yeah.
And that was probably because Jensen Ackles was in it.
Probably. I never cared that much for the caveman.
No.
Padalecki.
I don't like him much either.
Ackles just seemed like you watch the shit where like the outtake reel when he's doing Eye of the Tiger and shit.
Yeah.
That shit cracks me up. He just seems like he has fun.
And Soldier Boy, I don't know what I was expecting, but he was so much better than the comic book version.
Yeah.
I was a little bummed that he didn't yell out state names when he was punching people. That's probably my only complaint about this season, because when he's swinging and yelling out Oklahoma and kicking somebody in the face, even if they'd have just done it with the cartoon Eagle version, which, holy shit, the animation on that was good.
Oh, yeah.
The animation in Black Noir's hallucinations was, yes, 80s pompous celebrity superhero. Absolutely. But...
and boy, am I feeling for Homelander. Like we talked a little bit about this off air, but man,
yeah.
I feel for what he's going through.
I tend to identify with the evil Superman. And the Legend, yeah. I like any Stan Lee pastiche character is fantastic. The one in the Authority, Dr. Kriegstead, something. Anyway.
That's Paul Reiser.
Yeah, Paul Reiser's character.
Oh, he's got some of the best dialogue.
He does. He's so filthy. The Boys is like the Authority turned up to 15. The Authority are still superheroes. They just happen to kick people.
What I love about it is they're able to write shit they want to write, I feel like.
Yeah.
Without... and then just passing it off as this character's an asshole. But, like... yeah, that and Stranger Things.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the end of Stranger Things 4. I wish they wouldn't have split it into 2.
I haven't watched any of it yet. Well, I fell asleep through the first 2 episodes. So I got to go back and rewatch.
I'm not paying Netflix until they offer me a discount on... I'm doing the Rick thing and holding off until they offer me something better than $9.99 a month.
Man, I wish I had the willpower to do that. I probably would if it were just me. I'd bounce around. But the problem is if I turn off Netflix, I'm turning off somebody's bullshit that I share, like the kids, something the kids watching, or something my dad is watching. So it's like it's hard to turn off a service without like getting consensus with everybody.
Yeah. Or are you the island to which everyone else clings for their...
Pretty much.
Yeah. You're the family streaming rock. They drink from your stream.
Yeah. Well, and I...
That was awful. Sorry,
Yes.
guys.
My dad does Fubo, and so I use his Fubo account.
Yeah, I don't like the Deep at all. I know what happened in the comic books and everything, but his whole like face raping Starlight in the first episode kind of turned him off. But then he's just been a shitbag character through the whole thing. Gets sucked in by the cult. Everything to do with the Deep is just disappointing. He never gets any better. He never stands up for himself. When he does, it's so he can have a threesome with an octopus. You're just like, okay, bro. He's never just not a frat boy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And there's no growth to him. I mean, now he's just really terrified of Homelander. But I don't know. I don't like him. But I always sympathize with the evil Superman character, whether it's Omni-Man or the Plutonian, or I'm reading that right now. There's a series called Irredeemable. I picked up the omnibus because it was on sale on Amazon. It was like $42 for 3,000 pages of comics. It's fantastic. But it's another Superman goes evil story. And he's called the Plutonian in this. And I don't know. He seems to be the most justified. And it's not like Homelander where he was a psycho or he's been evil his whole life or anything. And it's really good. And there's a companion piece called Incorruptible, and I haven't started that one yet, but I ordered it too because it was on sale. It was like $38. So that's
Nice.
a lot of comics for not much.
Are you getting them in digital format, or are you getting them?
No, they're hardcover. The book's like this
nice.
thick. I could stop somebody coming in right through the front door and trying to steal my house. Just reach on the end table and whack. Yeah, it was unexpected and really, really well done.
Really fucking good. That scene was where I decided, I'm like, fucking Anthony Starr needs like a Emmy or whatever the fuck they
Emmys
give
what
out.
they would give for this. Streaming gets Emmys, right?
Yeah, I think they fall into that. TV is Emmy.
If it's a series, they go Emmys, and if it's a movie, they go Oscars, I think.
Well, you can do movie Emmys, like made for TV movies.
Do they? I wonder how they differentiate. Because didn't The Irishman go to the Oscars? And it was a streaming movie?
But it's not considered a
TV movie.
TV movie.
Huh.
So I don't know how. Like, basically, your major streaming services. But if NBC popped out a movie like a fucking
on Paramount Plus or whatever.
Well,
or whatever NBC's is.
I would think those would contend in some way or another. But if they did it on just their main network, I don't think that counts. Because you remember back in the 80s and 90s when they always did those made-for-TV movies.
After school specials.
Yeah.
Don't smoke the marijuana.
They weren't hoping
Joe!
one of those were getting an Oscar. Like Beau Bridges wasn't showing up being like, this is the one, guys.
Yeah.
He did a lot of made-for-TV movies, I feel like.
Yeah. Every once in a while, Jeff would throw him a bone, and he'd be in the Fabulous Baker Boys or something.
Right, yeah.
God damn, Michelle
But
Pfeiffer.
Beau Bridges is a good fucking actor, too.
He is. So's Jeff. Speaking of the old man.
The old man is fucking amazing.
It is. I was thinking about that yesterday. I don't remember why. Oh, I had just gotten done talking to my grandpa about it. I dropped him off at Mom's house. He needed a ride to the dentist, and I was thinking about the old man because I was just talking to him about it, and I thought it would have been even cooler. As much as I like Lithgow and Amy Brenneman in it, it would be so much better if Julianne Moore was his love interest and John Goodman was in Lithgow's role.
Oh yeah.
Just for the sake of nostalgia.
Of keeping the dude with his
that would be a
heaps.
member berry I'd like to eat. You memby?
Well, and both of those actor and actress are both very capable of doing those roles.
They are. I'm not sure what Julianne Moore's appearance is anymore. Like, did
She stayed consistent. She's not.
Does she look okay?
Yeah.
Because Amy Brenneman is aged enough to at least kind of look like she might be able to go out with Jeff Bridges at this point.
Right.
She still looks... she's only 12 years younger than him or something. But, man, she looks way younger than he is. Or than he does.
Yeah.
She looks a whole lot younger than just 12 or 14 years younger than him.
Did you... I think we've talked about this before, but have you watched The Leftovers?
We've talked about it, but no, I
She's
haven't
in
seen
it.
Is she?
Yeah. She's great in it.
Yeah, she's a wonderful actress.
Fucking... That whole series is fucking...
She's in that weird stage,
Solid.
that weird age range that she could date me or Jeff Bridges.
What else was she in?
Judging Amy, I think. I think that was her series. So she's got fuck you money. Because I think that one went long enough that she doesn't need to work.
Oh,
Like, she
yeah.
can work. She can do projects that she wants to do, as opposed to kind of like,
Oh, you're talking about Brenneman?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if she was in The Leftovers as well, then she's definitely got fuck you money.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And you're doing shit you care about at that point.
Right.
She was in a season of Goliath.
Because she
Also.
strikes me as the type that's not stupid either.
Right. She's going to pick roles that are strong roles and roles that kind of take you out of your comfort zone a little bit
Yeah.
at this point.
She doesn't strike
Fucking
me
might
as
as
the
well.
type that ever went through the idiot young starlet stage. Because she's never... You never saw her in the news with the... Like, trying to be... Look at me too.
Right.
And
Yeah, she's
just...
she
been an
didn't go
actress.
she didn't go the Lindsay Lohan route or the
Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano or
Boy, that girl's exhausting every time she's on television.
it's I don't know. Like I get it, but either act in things or don't.
Yeah. Let your work speak for itself. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. Keep your politics to yourself. And if you want to have politics, start a podcast like every fucking buddy else. And confine it to that.
Yeah, or if there's a battle that you feel passionate, but don't the way that I don't know. I feel the way that people go about it and the way that they go about it is just it doesn't accomplish anything.
Yeah. Don't hold rallies. Rallies are so 1964. And please leave your pussy hats at home. It's tasteless. Have you seen the Twitter account Libs of TikTok?
No.
It's a home run. They collect up the just kind of the radical liberal nonsense. Like all the things that they do out there that show how hypocritical they are.
Yeah,
And-
well, and that's where when we were talking about Biden earlier, the hypocrisy and it crosses all planes
It does.
because you can sit here and it's funny though
Right.
because I know that I can be hypocritical on the daily. with like I can judge somebody for something and then I'll go right up and do the same exact stuff. But I also like people come and they'll do like unfiltered things where they'll be like, or say something that's could be considered racist in 2022, but not
which is really just breathing as a white man,
right? Yes, but essentially, yeah, you can do or say those things, and so it's always like, and I think because you and I are both white, and I think you care less than I care, but I'm always like extra hesitant about like the words that come out of my mouth. They're very careful,
right,
about how I'm saying whatever I'm saying, because it's like people like to fucking twist your words anymore.
Yeah, I try not to say racial slurs unless I'm quoting someone.
Well, sure, right,
but
and
other than that,
I don't
much care.
And jumping on to like racial stereotypes is kind of like low hanging fruit and kind of lame. And it's not like I go out of my way to find racist things to say either. I don't feel that I'm that person.
Yeah,
but,
unless I'm telling a specific old school joke with like a setup and punchline.
Right.
I try and stay away from racist material in general. But every once in a while I'll hear one that just, it really does hit me funny. And I have to repeat it.
Well,
like, here's one. Do you know how every racist joke starts?
How's that?
So, that's one of my favorite jokes. You have to be watching. That one won't carry to the podcast. But I looked over both shoulders and then looked right at the microphone and said, so. There you go. There was a
which
description.
is usually followed by a Cuban or an Italian.
A Polak. You remember when those were at their height? It was before we were even born, but I used to have this joke book, and it was a half and half. And if you flipped it over, and it was upside down halfway through it went upside down, so you had to flip it over to get and one side was all Polish jokes, and the other side was all Italian jokes. I found it in my great-grandpa's house after he died.
Oh, wow.
I found that, the National Lampoon Dirty Joke Book, and a couple others. And the National Lampoon Dirty Joke Book is, without fail, one of the funniest things I've ever had. It got taken away at a basketball game in junior high, and then my ex-wife found it because I'd told a story. This was before we were married. She found it on eBay for like $20 and purchased it for me. It's one of the reasons we got married, really. It was like, you heard that story and replaced it. But what a fantastic joke book that was. The best joke in there is, what do you get when you cross a rooster and a telephone pole?
What is it?
A 60-foot cock that'll reach out and touch someone. And I used to tell that joke in 7th and 8th grade. And just imagine little Hudds.
Mini Hudds, yeah.
Just adorable. Yeah. What a great book. Yeah. No, I think you can joke about anything. I agree with George Carlin on that front.
Well, and you ought to be able to. I think Dave Chappelle with his transphobic humor, his argument's basically that he just wants to be able to talk about what he wants to talk about without having to run it through a fucking woke filter.
Right. Well, and when you've got somebody as liberal as Bette Midler complaining about having to not being able to call a woman, then you've definitely crossed into the pale at that point.
Right.
You can't be calling your wife a birthing person and you a non-birthing person. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, when the when the historically, like, as you say, liberal, quote unquote, individuals start to get to bristle
Yeah.
at some of the things that are getting thrust upon them, then you're kind of going a little too far.
Well, and I was watching a Bill Maher talk about something the
I
other
was just
day,
thinking about Bill Maher,
and he's historically liberal,
but he doesn't
non-menstruating
have.
people. Yeah.
He does not have any tolerance for
Bullshit.
a lot of this other shit that's been going on lately.
And he was saying, step back and take a breath for a minute. Realize that yeah, maybe racism isn't gone, sexism isn't gone, but we are not in even where we were in the 80s.
Right.
We aren't even where we were 10 years ago.
But what we're doing now, the movement that we're doing now, isn't what's going to get us further.
No. What we're going to get is lashback.
And it's going to make it worse.
And
we're poisoning ourselves to take steps backwards.
And accepting furries and rainbow dildo butt monkey and whatever the hell pride parades have become. And most of the stuff that I know about that is from that Libs of TikTok account. They really do just play unedited videos of people from these events, and you know, they're running around naked in front of children in the streets. They're just, it's hard to defend that.
Yeah.
When your side is that, it's hard to say, yeah, I stand with that community. Like, I don't stand with that community. I don't mind gay people. I don't even mind if you want to call yourself however the hell you pronounce that XHE thing, J, whatever. However you pronounce that, I don't mind if that's what you want to be. But don't charge me with a misdemeanor if I can't call you by your proper pronoun.
Right. Or
don't get pissed off if I dead name Bruce Jenner. Like, fuck you. If I don't participate in your hallucinations and fantasies, sorry. Like, fuck you. I'm sorry that I don't play your game. I live on Earth, in reality.
Yeah, there's just, it's gotten to the point where is it the word I'm looking for, bridge too far?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
Yeah.
And try again in 10 years to push forward again. But take a breath and realize the victories that you have.
Yeah, and it's not like you said, it's not because I care. I'm all about everybody doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
but
I'm a libertarian.
But also don't put on me. Like, maybe I don't want my email to have to say he, him.
Right. I don't need to present my pronouns. I think I present pretty heavily as a male.
Yeah, and I'm not, like, if anybody listens, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. It's
I am.
Just you are
Astoundingly trying to hurt as many feelings as possible.
No, but
Because y'all need to toughen up, you fucking pussies. Get your shit together. Toughen up. Quit being so goddamn thin-skinned.
You're right. It's true.
Go hurt your own feelings. Go out there and get your feelings hurt. Get scared by a fucking movie every once in a while. Ron talks about scary movies all the time. Go watch some of them. Get fucking roughed up. Rub some fucking dirt on it. Roll down a hill. Fucking go punch some brick walls for a little while. You ever seen that first season of what we were just talking about it, God damn it. You have to refer to me as me or my. As in me, as in the great my. Me is a great my. Yeah. And you know, some days I feel like, I don't know, I want to identify as Asian today. Okay? Leave me the fuck alone. That's I'm an Asian girl today. Tomorrow I might be a fucking moon dragon. I don't know. And that's okay, too.
Oh, yeah.
But probably not. Tomorrow I'll probably be a guy again.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be a guy pretty much every day. But I don't know. It's just... And it's frustrating from the other side, like, because you have, like, the strong posters that come on to, like, Facebook, and they'll do the big, like, I'm an American, this and that, and just kind of get real pushy with that agenda, too.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about this jingoism.
Jingoism.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is fucking terrifying, too. Like, sometimes you just need to calm down. I'm proud to be an American, too. But sometimes you just need to calm down with it.
Yeah.
Like,
rolling around with the flag in your car, like on your car. Like, I mean, I get it, be proud, but at the same time, it's like I know you're an American, you're here, right?
well, and then there's the people who want to cry out all the time about the flag code. It's not a fucking law. Just shut up. Because some people are going to wear the flag.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know you're not supposed to.
We're past that point in the argument. We've moved way beyond it at this point. My dad will bring that up sometimes. I'm like, well, you used to not be able to do that. And I go, yeah, I know. But...
Yeah. Yeah. Black people used to not be able to use white restrooms either.
But that being said, I'm not wearing the flag, but not because I'm not proud of America, but I think it looks stupid.
It's tacky.
It looks tacky. And...
I mean, look at what's his name over 4th of July, posting those photos of him camping or gold or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing an American flag shirt, and I'm like, that's why, right there. That's why people don't wear the flag. Because look at him. He looks like a fucking doofus. And he looks like a doofus in whatever he wears. And
who has a holiday today?
I identify as whoever's got the day off.
Yeah.
But
oversaturation of holidays too.
Yeah, let's start on that one too. But
the holiday for today is package from Amazon. Oh wait, that's just my delivery notification.
But it all gets so old. Everybody has a cause.
Yeah, and I think that's where the exhaustion in general comes from. It's like we can just, like, going back to what we talked about earlier about trying to bridge gaps, foster change, and kind of move things along.
Yeah.
It's just been, it's a uphill battle.
A never-ending uphill battle.
Oh, well, I think it's a good time to call it a show. Yes, he had to tinkle a wee bit. Or a lot, maybe. Like a river. So he's been out there for a while. Oh my gosh. Groom says check the prostate.
Check what?
Check the prostate.
Oh, always.
So you're out there for a while. I say we call it a show. I think we've done it a good service.
I thought so. That was a solid hour and a half.
Yeah.
Welcome to Time Spent Really Poorly.
That's right. All right. This has been another episode of the Time Spent Poorly show. It's kind of
It was an angry show. Almost.
Angry, quiet. I wouldn't say timid, but
but simmering. It was a simmering anger show.
yeah. Unloading a lot of frustrations in a vague way. In a vague enough way.
Well, you were gone for a week.
Vague frustrations, that's the title of this episode.
Vague frustrations. You were gone for a week, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a weird couple of weeks in general. But we love you.
Good vibrations, vague frustrations.
Oh, that's a good episode tighter. Tighter. I was reading later when I said title, and it came out tighter.
Later, grooms. All right. Later.
That was a joke.